Hello, awesome healers. Today I'm going to talk about the difference between a self hosted website and a website that's hosted somewhere else, meaning that it is like a platform website where they host it for you. And I'll talk about the difference between the two, and that way you can decide what to choose and what will make it easier for your business. Stay tuned to hear more. This is Anastasia. I used to be a physics professor specializing in vibrational and quantum physics. After recovering from a serious illness using energy healing on myself, the calling to heal became so strong that I had to quit my 40-year research career. I replaced my six-figure professor's salary within 5 months using a simple but not easy three-step system that I worked out to grow my healing practice. Now I help other healers grow their practices, whether they're just starting or already have a practice, with this same three-step system. I'm all about helping you too. Listen in to learn more. I'm so happy you're here, and let me tell you all about what prompted this. A lot of people have been working with WordPress websites, and a WordPress website from WordPress.org is an example of a self hosted website. So, what that means is you go to a place where you can register your domain name, like GoDaddy or Namecheap or Pork Bun, or one of those places where you can register a URL. And then you take that URL and you go to someplace that will host the website, like A2 Hosting or Flywheel or even GoDaddy. And you then create a WordPress site. It could be a different kind. You can actually have it all coded. That's very complicated. But WordPress allows you to host your template so you know what it looks like, and you have to figure out how you're going to put that website up, where all the content goes, create all the pages, set up your blog and your other pages that are on there. You have to decide on the theme, and you need to also, and this is where the disadvantage comes in, you also need to provide security, meaning that a lot of people, especially from foreign countries, are now trying to hack into websites to take over their mailing function. I've had this happen where people will take over their mailing function. They will input things like porn onto your site. They will really cause a lot of damage. They'll even take it over so you can't have access to it anymore. And this is from the back end, because a lot of people don't take the precautions in the back end of a WordPress website to change the login name from admin to something else, because a lot of them will put admin or some version thereof, or put too simple of a password in there. And there are a lot of, if you use one of the plugins that is for security, it'll tell you how many times they try to break into your site, and you'll find it's very often. And if you don't have a host that offers security, which can be expensive, I pay $20 a month for my security on my WordPress website. If you don't have security and you are on a website that doesn't, a web host that doesn't have it, and I've had plenty of experience with that, you can find that you're spending a lot of time doing maintenance work and repair work on your website rather than putting up the content you need and so on. The other thing is it's a little more complicated because there are lots of moving parts. So you have your WordPress theme, which shows you the look and feel of it, right? You can go onto different websites, and a lot of them are kind of similar, where they have like a hero part and then a part of, a few banners, stripes across the bottom that have testimonials and things like that. So This will mean that your theme is how your website looks and how your blog looks, and how you have it set up, whether it's a list with pictures off to the side or whether it's tiles, however you want your blog to look. So the thing is, there are lots of moving parts. You have to have plugins. So you have a plugin that is for your security. You have a plugin so you can host YouTube videos on your website. You have a plugin for preventing spam from coming on. You have a plugin for connecting to something else. Like there are plugins from various websites like ClickFunnels, for example, that allows you to put a ClickFunnel page on there. So you have to decide whether you want it to work that way or not. And so the back end is a lot more complicated, and people don't have a very easy time of figuring this out. And so that's what a self-hosted website is about. It is a little bit cheaper than using a platform, right? So usually the web hosting itself can run about $10 a month. The security can run $15 to $20 a month. The theme you usually pay for once, although some themes will have you pay once a year. You have to pay for the URL, which is $15 or $20 a year. And you might have some plugins that you pay for. Like there's one gentleman that sells things online where you can set up everything on there, your funnels, everything, and it's like all these websites, your membership site. And he ends up paying something like up to $200 a month for all the bits and pieces. And you, of course, have to make sure that they all work together, right? So, and if you want to sell something on there, you need to put a plug-in like WooCommerce, and you might have to pay for it. So there's lots of little things to worry about. And so here are the pluses of having a self-hosted site is you have a lot of flexibility, right? So it's very flexible in terms of what you're able to do and how it behaves, and it might be slightly cheaper. The minuses is that sometimes your speed can get bogged down, and speed's really important for search engine optimization. The faster you make it, when somebody clicks on your URL, then it pops up really quickly. That is a good user experience, and they don't click away. If they have to wait and wait and wait for the page to come up, it can be a problem. Security, as I mentioned already, could be an issue. There are lots of moving parts I've already mentioned that might not play well together, and it's complicated to learn. And so you might have to worry about hiring an assistant or a webmaster. The people that I've worked with in my healing business and healing practice and teaching, they usually have very bad experiences with a webmaster. They ask for a wording change or a new page, and then they charge a lot of money, and it's not exactly the way they want it. So I always find that if you're going to write content, you may as well write the content directly into the website and not have it be so complicated, right? So the alternate to that, and I'll talk about that next time, the alternate to that is a hosted platform. So what's a hosted platform? Is for creating your own websites, and there are several of them like Wix, Squarespace, Weebly, GoDaddy, and WordPress.com. And they all have varying prices. And these are only if you want a website. When you want to sell things or you want to have funnels, then there's more to consider. So I'll be talking about that next time. So I hope this helped you out to think about whether you want a self-hosted website or whether you can go to a platform. And next time I'll talk a lot more about platforms, a hosted platform versus a self-hosted website. and how maybe that can work for you a lot better, because there are places you can start for free and start getting experience building them. And that way you can figure out what it is you want to do exactly. Okay, thank you so much for listening. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for taking valuable time out of your day to listen in. If you found this message helpful, please help spread the word by giving the broadcast a thumbs up or a 5-star rating. Share it with your friends and be sure to subscribe to my channel with your notifications on. For further training on healing and growing your healing business using my 3-step system, go to www.highpaidhealers.com. And I'll see you in the next video.